Hello everyone, my name is SiC and welcome back to Factorio, where we are going to continue our progress toward creating our first logistics system with robots. Right, so I finished all the research that is required. I even finished, I'm not sure what it's called anymore, personal logistics I guess, but basically we can now request stuff to be brought to us. And I think what we're going to research next is trash slots, so that things will be automatically taken away. And yeah, we're not quite there yet. We need to still make some things. For example, what we need to make is flying robot frames. And to create flying robot frames, well, we are going to need electric engine units. And for that we need engine units. Of course, we need electronic circuits and we need lubricant. Now, electronic circuits are going down, but we only have the engine units up here, and they need to be brought down as well, so we can do that alongside of this belt, I guess. That will be fine. So we're going to place down a few inserters, and I guess, you know, of course, they should have some power as well. And I guess we ran out of electrical poles. Well, we don't have wood. I just got rid of all of my wood. That's annoying. We are going to need some more. Luckily though, we are pretty close, I believe. Oh yeah, here we are. Right, so this little system, you know, we have an automatic creation of wood. Let's see, we have 150 poles, 300 poles. Well, that should last us for quite some time. I don't think we're going to run out anytime soon. Especially once we have robots and we have some provider chests, then that is going to be pretty easy. Actually, we are running out of belts as well, so maybe I should start crafting some by hand. Actually, you know what? Let me grab some resources real quick. Alright, one thing you might notice is that we don't really have a fully saturated belt, and that's going to be a problem. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to create a localized version of green chips down with the oil stuff, so that we have a better supply of that kind of thing, and it doesn't have to come from all the way up here all the time. I think that's going to be a lot better. Alright, so let's turn this thing around and we're going to go for a free lane or free wide lane of belts. Now we should go up. And I guess we can leave a bit of space here, you know, and we'll go along the other side of the power lines. And this works out quite nicely, I guess. Oh, well, maybe not entirely as nicely as I would have hoped, but let's see. We are going to need electronic circuits, we're going to need lubricants, and we are going to need to get the engine units somewhere. Alright, so we have lubricant, if I remember correctly. If not, oh yeah, we have lubricant over here. So if we can, we should make these electric engine units down with the lubricants. Let's see, and the electronic circuits as well. And I feel, like I said, we're going to make a localized version of that. So let's see, we're going to run underneath here, I guess, and then go down. Alright, so trash slots are finished. Let's see, what are we going to research next? Lasers and laser defenses. Yeah, I think that is going to be fine. We need to do something. Alright, so I guess we can make a little lane of robotic stuff here. Let's see, we are going to need at least 4 of these assembly machine 2s, I guess. We are going to have 1 engine units, 2 electronic circuits, so basically we're going to have a full belt of all of these things. Yeah, we can do with a single side of engines, I guess. That will be fine, but we need to have we need to get some green circuits. Luckily, we are producing more than enough copper wire here. So all we really need to do is bring forth another line of iron plates. And that is pretty easy to do. We can just put in another splitter over here, which isn't the prettiest thing in the world, but it's going to work well. And we can even put it down an underground belt here, which is quite nice. Alright, and then of course we are going to have to get another splitter over here, I guess. And we might as well make some green chips right here, where hopefully it's not going to be in the way too much, but we'll see. We're going to run this up and along like this. Now we're going to go underneath Let's see, and we're going to follow this track nicely. And 4 wide is about as deep as we can go, or should want to go, basically. So let's create 4 more of these assembly machines, I guess. And we'll create one right here. We'll create one there, and then so on until the other one is finished. There we go. Right, so we're not going to need quite this many, but we're going to need, let's see, like so, at the very least. And then we need 4 long-handed inserters as well, which you might as well grab right now. Alright, so we're going to get the regular inserters over here, the other ones over on that side. This is going to be a lot better later on. You know, I think we're going to be very happy that we have a separate source of computer chips. And of course we are going to need to place the long-handed inserters. We're going to go over here, and then we're going to get another splitter to double up on this side. And then we should set this to start producing. Luckily, this is a very easy recipe to make. Actually, it would be better off if we had 3 tracks of copper wire and 1 track of iron plates. We might be able to do something about that, actually. Let's see if we can. No, that's too late. We need to have a splitter over here, I guess. Alright, so let's see. We're going to run this up like so. And this is not going to be pretty, but it's going to work. Right, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to drop it like so. There we go. Now we have 3 lines of copper wire, because we need, let's see, for green computer chips we need 3 copper cables and 1 iron plate, so now we have access to that stuff. And actually we could probably use another 4 of these long-handed inserters, just so they grab hold of that stuff a little bit more quickly. Alright, so now we have engines, we have, let's see, we have electronic circuits, and we can get lubricant. So yeah, let us see, we are going to create those things right over here, I guess. Might as well. Let's see how we want to run this. I want to leave some space so we can have underground belts, or underground pipes, sorry. So we're going to run it up like so. And I guess, you know, we might as well run it this way. And then we're going to create some of that stuff over here. Alright, that's more research finished, that's lasers finished. We need to create laser turrets, I suppose. Can we actually already do that? Yes, I'm just not... oh, there it was, okay. Yeah, so that's going to be fine. Alright, so we're going to create electrical engine units. And now you see a little arrow pop up at the top there, and that means that we are going to need these pipes connected to these little systems, which we still have room to do. So we're going to go underneath, and let's see, we are going to need 1 more pipe to ground. We're going to need some regular pipes, which we luckily still have. We're going to go up like this. And I guess at this point we might as well run this with a regular pipe all the way like so, because that's not going to get in the way of anything, I don't think. Alright, so let's get some lights. Let's get some inserters on the other side. And then of course we're going to need inserters on this side. And we're going to need 4 more long-handed inserters to grab the other stuff off the belt there. And it works quite nicely. Alright, so now that we got electric engine units, I guess we might as well make some iron chests to put them in for now, so that we have a bit of a stock. And of course we are going to have to take them out again. Now that we have electric engine units, let us see. We are going to need electric engine units, we're going to need batteries, we're going to need steel plates, and we're going to need 3 electronic circuits. That is a lot of stuff to create flying robot frames. Alright, so what we're going to want to do here is, first of all, let's finish off this, but I think we're going to use this separate, or the same source, I guess, to create the flying robot frame. So we're going to do it somewhere a little bit differently. Let's see, we have the batteries, we have the steel plates up to the north, we have the batteries down here somewhere. Right here we have the batteries, which we can bring over here pretty easily, so we will. I guess we're going to make a big junction of shit over here. I suppose that's going to be the place where all of our underground belts come together. I'd like to keep that stuff centralized if I can, so might as well. Yeah, let's go for 3 wide again over here. But then we're going to go underneath over here. I guess we're going to go underneath right there, just because it saves on a little bit of space. And then we're going to go underneath here and here. Alright, so we're going to run that along. And let's see, we were going to need 2 batteries and 1 electric engine units. We're going to need 1 steel plate and 3 electronic circuits. So if we want to do that correctly, we need a few different belts on different sides, I guess. Let's see, we are definitely going to create 4 of these for now. Alright, so if you guys are running this along, then we still have space for another belt of batteries to come in along the bottom there. Right. And of course we are going to hook them up to the electrical grid so that they can actually start to work. Now, 2 batteries, 1 steel plate, 1 electric engine units, and 3 electronic circuits. So I guess what we want to do here is we want to double up electric engine units with batteries, and then steel plates with electronic circuits. Or I guess, you know, this will be fine, but I would like to have these electronic circuits to be on a separate belt. So we're going to need 3 belts. We can compress batteries and electric engine units together onto 1. I think that's going to be fine. And we're going to run it up along to the north here, I guess. Which means that we're going to run it up like so. Oh, crap. That is not what we want to do. Belt was going the wrong way there. Alright, so now that we have that, we need to get electronic circuits and we need to get steel plates. Now, steel plates are coming in over here, and we need to split them off, which technically we could do over here and then run it back that way. It's pretty ugly, but it is going to work. I don't think we need a constant source of this stuff, because once we reach a certain amount, all of this stuff can stop producing, as far as I'm concerned. We just need to get a good start of it. But it doesn't need to be very expandable, I don't think. Maybe much later in the game, but then we can just much more easily create this again, I guess. Alright, so we're getting the steel plates and we're getting the transport belts with green circuits. Alright, so we're going to get those to run underneath. Like I said, we're going to need 3 belts. So I don't want to run all 4 products onto 2 different belts. We're going to need to run this along in this direction. Right, and then we're going to get the steel to run on the other side, I guess. So we're going to place, let's see, we're going to start placing this stuff right there. Steel is going to come down on this side. We're going to run it up to there. And then we're going to get some boxes. Let's see, we have 4, right? Yeah, so we're going to get 4. Might as well be steel chests. I misclicked, but oh well. Doesn't really matter. Actually, maybe we should get some fast inserters there. And then we should get some long-handed inserters. And then just some regular inserters will be nice as well. Now, laser turrets are finished. I guess what we might as well do is work a robot speed. Actually, we don't make the red science packs yet. So maybe something else is in order here. Flammables could be okay for later on, but it's mostly for combat related stuff. So that's not something... yeah, you know what? Lab research speed. Let's go for that. Alright, so we have the boxes. And we're going to put out on the bottom there. And we should get some of those as well. We have some long-handed inserters, which is great. Actually, I could use 2 on this side, but that is something we can do a little bit later, I guess. We're going to get some fast inserters over here. Regular inserters... oh, actually, we need to turn those around. Then we're going to need 4 more long-handed inserters, because of course we need to output into the box there. You are going to be making flying robot frames. And of course, all of this stuff is going to have to be hooked up to the electrical system. So we can have one electrical pole right there in the center. We'll have some lights, because I love lights. And then we're going to limit this to a single slot. Now, where do we place more chests? I place more chests on this side. I forgot to limit them. And I'm going to limit those. Oh, that went wrongly. To a single slot as well, because I don't want to overproduce and basically, you know, overconsume resources and things like that. I don't think that's going to be great. Production on this is extremely slow, which means that production on this is going to be pretty slow as well. Let us see. We can get 4 more long-handed inserters to grab this stuff off the belt. But then I'm running out of iron plates. So that is something we should scoop up really quick. Alright, let's suck up some iron. There we go. Got some batteries, which I really didn't need. 110. Maybe we can put them into this stuff over here. That will do quite nicely. Alright, and this stuff is limited, which is great. Alright, so now that we have all of this, we need to start making logistical robots, and we're going to need to create construction robots, and for that we are going to need advanced circuits and electronic circuits respectively. Which means that we need to get some of this stuff from over here, and we need to start running it down, and we can double up some of this stuff as well. And actually this isn't too great, because I can't put a splitter here and I can't run it an underground belt underneath. Which, if this had been 1 tile up, that would have worked a lot better, but then I didn't think about that stuff. So we could put a splitter down here and then split it, you know, have underground belts run that way. It's ugly, but it works. And I guess in the end that is all that matters. And again, this is something that I consider to be expendable. Alright, so we're going to run this over like so. Can't quite go all the way, but we'll go out this side. And of course, we are going to need some more inserters. So we're going to get some inserters on this side. We're going to hook those up to the electrical system once they're placed. Oop, there we go. Alright, now we're going to double this up. Right, because we're going to need, let's see, we're going to need at least 4 more assembling machines. And we need to run down the red computer chips, because we need to start putting them to use. Alright, so what we can do is actually, we should probably run this downwards, and then we can get an underground belt to not go quite all the way, which is unfortunate. And this is also really unfortunate, but oh well. Alright, so we have that stuff coming on here. I guess we're going to put down a splitter right there, and we're going to feed these things into that one. Now then, let us see. Right, so I think what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to double this up and make a lane that both sides can get stuff off of, or off from, I guess. No, off. Alright, let's see. So I think this is going to work out the best, because we are going to get red signs to go out here. We need some input over here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that is how we're going to do it. So we're going to run this up. Crap. Like so. We're going to get some inserters on this side. We're going to get a line. And actually this should have gone down by 1. So that we can put a splitter here. Now we have room for an electrical pole. We're going to run this through the middle there. Now we're going to have another space. And then we're going to get this stuff to come in along here. Now we're going to need, yeah, we have 4 long-handed inserters. That's going to be fine. We're going to need some regular inserters over here. Alright, and we're going to get an output over here and here, and an output over here and here. And we're going to need 2 more regular inserters. Lab research speed 2 is finished. Let's get character logistics slots number 2. And I really want to finish getting robots this episode. So let's see, we can create construction robots on this side. Or logistic robots, because they need the advanced circuits. Right, and we're going to create the construction robots on that side, because they have access to that stuff that we need. Alright, and now we're going to need some advanced circuits, because this is the cool thing. We can now create passive provider chests, and I'm going to go ahead and actually... wow, that is bad. Alright, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to grab some... green computer chips off the belt like this, because crafting them by hand is going to be a momentous pain in the ass. Alright, so we're going to create some of those. That's going to be a lot faster. Alright, so we're going to get some lights, as always. And then we're going to get some passive provider chests, and we're going to make sure that these robots get put into the passive provider chests. Now you should be able to... Actually, yeah, that went wrongly. This is going fine. But we're not getting enough of these things, because we're producing them too slowly, which is rather unfortunate. But we can create, let's say, 4 more. Let's double this up. And then, of course, we should limit the amount of robots put into each chests, or each chest. Alright, now another very important thing that we need to do is create a roboports, and we're going to want to automate those as well. So let's see, what do we need for roboports, and where are they? They are right here. We need 45 steel plates, we need 45 iron gear wheels, and we need 45 advanced circuits. That's an insane amount. And we're not creating enough of this stuff. Let's see. We are not producing something. And that something happens to be plastic, because we are not getting enough petroleum gas. That is rather unfortunate. And why are we not getting enough petroleum gas? Because it is all being used up by sulfuric acid. And actually we have enough light oil that these things stop producing things for us, because these tanks are full. So what we need to do is we need to start cracking. And the way we do that is with another research, which is advanced oil processing. For that we are going to need blue science packs, which is something we're not making yet. So we are in trouble unless we make some more storage tanks. For that we need steel plates and iron plates. We still have steel plates. Iron is our undoing every damn time. So let's suck some up from the belt. And we have plenty of stuff in here as well that is not being used. So let's grab some iron plates like so. Right, so we had 2. Let's create about 6 more. We're going to have to double this up, and we're going to double this up as well, probably. Double up all the things, but primarily this because we are making too much of it. Need 1 more. There we go. Alright, so I have some logistic robots in my inventory as well. We have flying robot frames as well, which we need to get rid of. And also this stuff we can get rid of. Let's put some in here so it actually gets put onto the belt. And electricity is starting to become a problem as well. That is interesting. Alright. Actually, this doesn't go anywhere yet because it doesn't have anywhere to go. But we can create a roboport. Let's create our very first roboport out of nothing. Now these guys are blinking because they don't have access to a roboport and they're crying out for one. But we're going to provide them with one pretty soon. So we have enough steel plates over here. We need to create some iron gear wheels, which again should be pretty easy considering all of the iron we are producing down here. We can double this up. Let's see, we have 5 of these over here, and actually we are not producing anywhere near enough energy anymore. But we could go with solar panels, but it's going to require a lot of space, which we actually don't have yet. And again, more research. Let's do real signals because we can. Yeah, electricity is becoming a problem. You know what? Let me go ahead and fix that for a second. Alright, so I nearly doubled the power output and we should be fine for a while again. Alright, so let's see. Oh, we are making crude oil here, right? I accidentally pressed Alt and I didn't see what we were doing anymore. Alright, so we are going to need, let's see, we have 10 over here. So we might as well make another 10 for gear wheels because we are going to need it. And let's see how, yeah, we need to get some iron over here as well. And I guess we could do another splitter over here and grab some of that. Yeah. I think that is what we're going to do. We're going to create a splitter here. We're going to go ahead by 1. We'll create an underground belt. And this is turning into quite the spaghetti mess. I know. But spaghetti messes is something I actually quite enjoy in this game. Alright. Actually, we're going to have to do that a little bit differently. I guess we're going to need another space, just to be sure. We'll get another 5 down here. Right. And instead of running this down the middle, we're going to create the same little setup that we have over here. So I'll be right back and do that right now. Also, actually research fluid wagons. Why not? Alright, so now that we're making this, we should run it up. And let's see, I guess we might as well go over... Ah, man. Alright, so we're going to need red science, we're going to need steel, and we're going to need iron gear wheels. I guess we're going to need it up here. Which means I guess we can run it sideways for a little while. Ah, crap, I ran out of transport belts. Alright, I need to go up and get some. But actually, maybe we have our first roboport made as well. And I guess what we can do is we can place down our first one. And I guess we are going to place it in such a way that it covers a significant area of our factory that... I don't know, man. Might as well start anywhere, really, I guess. What I really want to do is make sure that all the walls are covered in the green area. So maybe what we want to do here is... Let's see. Create it right there. No, that's... We'll create it right here, I guess. Now, we have 2 logistic robots. We'll put them in here. Crap, no, that is my inventory. Need to open this up. Put them in there. And now these guys can actually bring me stuff as long as they are in range of logistic chests that have these items. So right now they still can't access it because, well, they need to be in the orange area. But in the green area they can build stuff and they can repair stuff, or at least the construction robots can. Also, we should probably put some stuff in here. because we had the flying robot frames. Alright, so I'm going to get some more transport belts, and I'll be right back. And actually, while I'm here, we should get some things going, like passive provider chests on the lamps, on the underground belts and splitters, turrets, grenades. Definitely all of these guys. And then finally, of course, or not finally, we probably want a whole lot more, but we're going to want to have the electric poles. And then I guess these guys with the iron, we want those as well, because that is definitely something we can use more of. Alright, now fluid wagons are finished. Let us research mining productivity. Number 1, I guess. And again, these guys are mining for roboports, which is something we are working on, and actually I'm almost running away from here without any transport belts. And actually that reminds me, let's put some transport belts on there as well. And of course we will manually grab all the stuff that is in there, and then we're going to run back and make sure that roboports are automated so we can cover the entire factory with them, so that we can get what we need anywhere without having to run back and forth for it, and so that the robots can actually just make this stuff for us. That is definitely the way to go. Next episode, probably we're going to do blue science, because that is definitely something that we are going to be needing. But let's see, we are going to run this. Oh man, I guess we are going to start running it from up here first, just so I know where I have to end up. Right, so we have to end up there. Now we can extend this. We'll go drive that upwards. That is a lot of stuff, man. It is a lot of stuff. Alright, so we are making some plastic again, but it's nowhere near enough, because again, we're not making enough of that fluid, which is a problem. We can only fix that later on. This is going to be a problem, because this is not manufacturing anything until it gets more plastic bars. But we are going to need 45 of these guys to get the roboports. Now, I don't think I want to expand on this, so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have 45 of these guys. Let's see, they are backing up, or doubling up over here, I guess, or they should. Which means that what we really need here is a splitter on steel. And again, this might be stretching things a little bit too far. I'm not sure, but we'll see. And then we are going to need, let's say, 4 of these guys. We're going to run this belt upwards, inwards, and then upwards again. And then we're going to need some fast inserters. Let's say this is 6, we need 8. Right, and then we are going to need 8 long-handed inserters as well. Because what we want to do here is we want to create, or actually we want to put these in really fast if we can. We'll put those in really fast as we can. There's no fast version of the long-handed inserters, however, so that's why we want 2 of those over on this side. And then we need to have an output here as well, which means we need another 2 long-handed inserters. We'll have to put one on the other side, which is annoying, and actually that is going to bother me so much that I need to adjust the entire scheme. Luckily, you know, that's a quick fix, so we will do exactly that. And then we need to set this to creating roboports automatically. These guys will be limited to a single slot. Let's see, and then we are going to hook this up to the electrical system. We are going to get some lights in here, extend the lights that we already had. Now look at this. It is picking up all the stuff they need, but there's not enough. I'll put in some manually. I'm not getting the steel plates. Oh, right, okay. Those 2 that I used over here, I needed to put down over here. I was wondering if I had misjudged something, but yeah, I just didn't have enough. Alright, so there we go. These guys should make our first roboports. And again, like I said, we're not making enough of this stuff. So what we really need is cracking. For that we are going to need blue science, so that we can make, let's see, what was it called again? Petroleum gas out of light oil. Because right now we are not producing enough. 309 petroleum gas, yeah. We have enough crude oil. We might actually double up on this stuff, but that only means that these things are going to get filled up faster as well, which is not the solution to our problem. And for this, let's see, science pack 3, we need advanced circuits, we need engine units, and we need electric mining drills. We have all of those things except for mining drills. They should be pretty easy to make. We need iron plates, we need iron gear wheels, and 3 electronic circuits. We have enough of those, we have enough of these. What we really need here is then iron plates. So I hate to do this because it splits this stuff up so many times. But I might as well, because it's not producing. Actually, you know what? Let's yeah. We're not going to need a ton of those things over here. These things are already going up, so what we want to do here is we want to go down, I guess, with some of this stuff. And we'll do it over there, might as well. Which means that we need to double this up over here. Now we're going to run it down like so. So I don't think this is a system we'll need to improve much on, or expand upon much. We are going to need 4 assembly machine 2s. We're going to need some of this stuff. And I guess we might as well run this over. Oh, wrong direction. Alright, so we have 2. Let's see, we can begin over here. We'll grab that, get rid of this. Get another one. Alright, so we're going to do this a little bit differently, I guess. Yeah. Again, it's not pretty. But, you know, who cares? It's going to work. We just need to get some of this stuff over here as well. It doesn't need to go very far, but it does need to go somewhere. And then we're going to go around this way. Get an underground belt. We'll pass it along over here. Get onto that side. Now let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 8 of those. Let's get the long-handed inserters over here. The regular inserters over here. And actually we are going to need 4 more of those, because we are going to need to output these things as well. We're going to need some more inputs. We are going to get electric mining drills over here. Now we're going to need 3 more of these things over here. And I guess, you know, I gave up all of my stuff there. Stack inserters would be nice, modules as well. Stack inserters, I guess. Let's go ahead and grab those. And then I'll grab these, because I need 3 more of these passive provider chests, in which we can put the mining drills. We'll limit them to a single slot each as well, because I think 4 of these is going to be fine. And of course we need to make sure that they all have access to power, lights. There we go. So this is going to be required for blue research. And for that we're going to need advanced circuits, engine units, etc, etc. That is going to be a pretty easy fix, but I think that's something we're going to do for the next episode. First though, let's see. We are going to get our very first mass-produced robo port. And we're going to plunk it down somewhere. So we could put it all the way over here, but that would be bad for our design. So I guess we're going to just double up some basic areas, like right here. Let's see. Now we have some robots. So these guys can actually manufacture some stuff as well. So maybe let's grab these guys out of it, and let's do our first little victory dance of robots. There we go. Now we have some construction robots. Nice. Alright, so these guys can bring me stuff now. And we might as well give it a try. Is there anything that I'm making here that we need to get? Well, not here actually. I'm going to have to make some time to get these robot ports situated throughout my factory until we can make some real use out of it. But I guess we can show you. We are making some of these guys now. These underground, not the underground, but the electric mining drills. So we can go into logistics, select a slot and say, I want to have 50 of these on my person at all times. Once I click this, the robots will fly from the little robo port, pick them up from the passive provider boxes, and they will deliver them to me. That's really cool. Let's see, where do we have these? We have 28 right now. So we're going to need 22 more. There are no 22 extras. But, you know, this is how the system works. We can also auto-trash some stuff. Or, not actually auto-trash right now, but we have some trash slots as well. And with that, we could get rid of the copper ore, for example, or the stone, or the raw wood, if we wanted to. But anyway, we've been playing for a while already, so this is going to be the end of the episode. Please leave a like and a comment below if you enjoyed this content and wish to see more, and I'll see you guys whatever video I do next.